Hey, it's Williee Armellini from Flowers and Scents with your floral industry buzz. Okay, today I'm going to interview Ellie LaFever from the Flower Clique. And the Flower Clique is a company that helps retail florists with their social media, with their websites, and everything that they need, sourcing and everything else. And I've been bumping into them at multiple shows now, and I said, okay, let's see what they really have to offer. So I decided to reach out to Ellie, and she had granted me an interview, and now you're going to hear it. So without further ado, Miss Ellie LaFever. All right.
Hello.
Hello again. Right. Ellie LaFever. Okay, the first question after I've said that I'm confused about your name, but it's the Flower Clique. And the Flower Clique is a company that does all sorts of things for retail florists. But
That's right.
the 800-pound gorilla in the room is LaFever is a very popular name in the flower business. And
Yes.
so there's Wanda, and then there's Ellie. Is that your uncle? What's Bill?
Bill is my brother, my older brother.
He's your older brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, my older brother. We share the same father. So, and then my mother, Vonda, was married to Bill's father and my father as well. Um, but yeah, so we're related. And then my mom's had her own retail shop for 20 years, sold that. So I grew up in the business my whole life.
Okay.
And I'm back in it.
Well, I believe then I knew your father, I guess. I don't know. I knew Bill Duran, the
So that is Bill's mother's side of the family is the Dorans.
that's the Duran side, right? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to handle his boxes, and I knew him
Okay.
back when because I'm that
Yeah,
old.
I'm sure you've known him since
Yeah,
a long time.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you have the Flower Clique. So you and I have been bouncing around, and I've been bumping into you at a number of events lately. And
Yeah.
I see all these signs, and I see all these companies, and I wander by them, and sometimes I stop in, and sometimes I don't. And finally, I said, "All right, I've seen you guys enough times, you ladies in this case, I think. Uh,
Yep. All
enough,
women.
yeah, I thought so. Um, I said, all right, let's find out a little bit more about this because I see you there and I see events going on. So, what is the Flower Clique? Go.
That's the million dollar question. So we've been in business 4 years now,
Okay.
and it's still a hard question to answer because we do a lot. But from a bird's eye view, we help retail florists. Those are our people. We help them with the things they don't know how to do, the things that they don't want to do, the things that they don't have the bandwidth or the energy for. So that's high level. Zooming in, it's mostly digital stuff. So we do website management and merchandising. You give us the keys to your website, no matter what web host you have, if you have Florinex, FSN, Teleflora, whatever. We give it a facelift. We set you apart from your competitors, and we put beautiful products on your site that we develop and then give you recipes and things to make you profitable. So that's one aspect is the web. We think of ourselves as like an ecosystem. So you have the web, but you want everything to match. So we also do flower bundles. We have a partnership with Natural Flowers. So everything on your website that you see, you can order pre-made, recipe'd out bouquets from the farm that match the flowers on your website. So you're controlling your COGS, your cost of goods sold, at the same time as you're solving that issue of the customer not saying, it didn't look like the picture, I didn't get what I saw, right? So that's another element. It's optional. If you order flowers from your local wholesaler or whatever, you order large quantities. A lot of people use it just at the holiday time. So if they need fast fulfillment, because it is a really good saver for labor. Then we do smaller things like social posting and email marketing. So we're taking the products from your website. We're taking social posts that look like they're in your flower shop. We're posting those on your Facebook and Instagram. So it's a whole ecosystem that all matches together. And hopefully, the whole goal is setting you apart from your competitors, helping you grow, helping you be more profitable.
All right. Well,
That's a long answer.
okay, it's a good answer. Let's back up a little bit. So sourcing
Mhm.
wise, you working with natural flowers in Miami, as a resource that so your customers can order from their bouquet selections that they've created, I guess, or maybe
So
you.
we create, yes, we create Flower Clique exclusive bouquets with them, and they order through us. We take care of all of the back end of that, and then we have a great product manager who works with the women at Natural on a daily basis to get orders week after week sent
And
to the
if
shops.
they want to buy from whoever else in Miami, or
Yeah,
they can, but you just
yeah,
happen to have that relationship with Natural.
yeah. And we wanted, I guess it helps not only the small shops that aren't buying, then you don't have to have like one little bunch of this rose and one little thing, and then you're wasting that when it doesn't get used in the cooler. So that was one thing, but a lot of our big shops also use it, especially at the holidays, right, for fulfillment. But we just wanted it all to kind of match seamlessly in that way, and that was kind of our thing. And it's not a huge part of our business, but we wanted to offer, we're all about, making it easy for the retail florist in whatever way we can. And that was one of the verticals that we wanted to go down.
All right, so retail florists are challenged in many ways because most of them are not savvy enough to put together websites easily, and you have a multitude of people trying to do that for them. Between FTD, Teleflor, and everybody else offers some version of that, I guess.
Yep.
And yet you come along and offer sort of a bigger package, if you will, I guess, because you're combining everything, which is not so simple to do, by the way. Trying to run a website that I've done for the last 20 some years, it's full of challenges and problems, and particularly if you have any traffic, you're prone to get hacked and different things, which has happened to me. And then combining it with throwing it on Facebook and Instagram and all those sort of things.
Right.
That's uh, that's more than I can even manage because I try to do all this myself, and it's a
It's a
challenge.
lot.
It's a lot. It's a,
And you maybe your time is better spent elsewhere, right? When it comes down to it, there's only so many hours in the day, and it's what do you want to focus on? So we try to take that off their plate. The other thing is we're Jew exclusive. So like you said, there's lots of, you can have a Teleflor website, FSN, but they all, to a degree, looks very similar, right? So if you have somebody in your same market and you don't have that competitive edge, you don't have that one thing that you're known for that sets you apart, that's your thing, you need that competitive edge. So that's where we come in. And so, yeah, we're geo exclusive, which means if there's somebody in the same zip code, we're not gonna allow them to join as well. Like you're always gonna look unique. So that's one of our.
okay. Oh, so you pick your customers, you give them some exclusivity in their area, I guess is what you're saying.
So we have two product catalogs, right? What you see on the website when you land, you got all these color palettes and things like that, and it looks one way. That website is not going to look like your competitors, guaranteed. So if your competitor sees this beautiful website that Flower Clique has given a facelift to, and they want it, sorry, So we have good partnerships with all of our florists to make sure that they're set apart. That's the whole
And
goal.
I guess you run a podcast of some sort. I think I saw somebody
Yes,
talking
that
about
is.
eating hot dogs or something. I was last.
So Vonda and Lori that's mostly their thing. I do help with a little bit of production and a little, I go on as well. But Flower Clique's podcast is The Business and Pleasure of Flowers, and you can find it wherever you listen to podcasts. It's great. It's for everybody in the industry. I would definitely say there's a lot of content geared towards retail florists since those are our people. But everybody can benefit.
It's
We
interesting.
need to have you on.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's interesting that retailers are finally, I think, embracing bouquets in a sense because over many, many years of talking to florists, they were like, no, bouquets are for the supermarkets. Let them deal with the bouquets. I
Yep.
don't want to deal with bouquets. I'm a florist. I make arrangements. I make beautiful things. And and I used to think, well, that's cool, except that people like, the bouquets are easy. You pick them up, they're easy. You can make a little margin, particularly if you're getting them made, offshore. You can get
Yep.
very nice ones made, very reasonable, and why not sell them? Because uh, you know, it's a convenient business, right? Particularly when you're dealing and competing against a supermarket that has the ultimate in convenience and that they can walk in,
Right.
pick it up. A florist has a bit of a challenge. I've always, said, hey, attract people, stick them outside your door or your front door, and make, attract people in with bouquets and pretty flowers.
Right.
So,
Yeah, and I think with that, like you're sourcing, if you're sourcing from the right place, you're getting premium flowers. You're getting them quickly. I mean, there's not, the difference is when your designer walks into the cooler and they're in there for 5 minutes plucking the flowers and then you're hoping that they have picked the right ones that are still making you profitable. They're not overstuffing. Or you can walk into the cooler, grab two bouquets that then make this $149 design that got sold on your website. That's all you need are these two things. It has, 8 different kinds of flowers in it with foliage, and you're still having some artistic license to make the design beautiful, right? But it's just cutting down on the time and the overstuffing and making sure you're profitable. So yeah, I
yeah,
think they're not for everybody, right? If you're buying massive quantities, but
yeah.
they're great.
No, it makes total sense. And look, the growers and people like Nature's and whatever have spent years and years and years sourcing all this stuff or growing.
Yeah,
So they really have done a nice job, and the bouquet makers in general have really stepped up their game because it's not the what used to be called the sort of the roundy moundy bouquet that
right. No,
everybody had, and it was ugly and it was full of carnations or chrysanthemums just to make them last long. Where
right.
now you have peonies and ranunculus and all sorts of
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. We went to Bogota last October and we got to see all of the women making our bouquets, and the whole production line was just incredible. The scale that they have, and they have it down to the second timed out. It's amazing. So yeah, happy to be working
a
with
lot
them.
going on there. And again, I think it's good that the retailers sort of recognize that and try to make some money on it. Or like you say, take this two bouquets and split them apart and make a nice arrangement out of it.
Mm-hmm.
All the flowers are there sort of prepped and ready for you.
Yep,
Uh,
exactly.
okay, so you're helping these florists, and I hope you have some success stories where your people are like, okay, this worked. It's better. I'm
We
getting more business, or
Absolutely. I mean, we started 4 years ago and our churn rate is like 1%. So when you stay with us, so we're a membership, we're a service-based membership. They pay one monthly fee and they get too many things to list, but they get all those services. They get shop talk, like we have 2 shop talk sessions today with members just talking and not feeling like they're alone, right? I think that's one of the things is like we're a community but we're also a service. So yeah, they pay one monthly fee, and yeah, like I said, very rarely do people email and say, I'm dropping your services, that kind of thing. Once you're in the Clique, you tend to realize that it's an essential part of your business. And yeah,
yeah.
it's been great.
Yeah, again, retailers certainly need that sort of input. It's not an easy business. They're struggling at all levels because there's so much competition, and you can buy flowers
Right.
so many different ways today. In fact, looking up just checking out your website and stuff, all the chatter that's between, you Google. I Googled flowers,
Flower Clique. Yeah.
and from you flowers FTD.
Oh, I know.
Flowers by Eva or Ava or something, and I'm like, wow, look at all that.
It's so sad. And I feel like the local florist, if you're not pricing appropriately if you're not looking at your numbers. Like that is the reason that we see so many of these shops closing, is because they're not in control. And that's one of our main passions, is helping them. And, you know, a lot of times Vonda will do financial analysis, send me your statements, send me, and let's look at where we can save money. Let's look at where you're overpaying for things. So that's, yeah, it's a huge thing. We want to keep them around.
Yeah, well, you can aggregate all these things, for instance, and help people because you've seen the, had the experience elsewhere, or saw how somebody wasn't doing it so well, and can maybe turn them around. Because
Yep.
as I've learned over the many years, a lot of people become florists because they like the flowers. They like to play with the
Right.
flowers. I love arranging, and have no clue how to run a business. And
Right.
so
That's the
many,
struggle, like the creative versus the business. A lot of
yeah,
people
so
don't want
many,
to do both.
so many can fail, and it's a shame because
Hmm.
there is that talent out there, and it is a talent. I'm I have a grower sending me a box of roses here tomorrow that I'm going to play with as a consumer.
I love it.
I'm not a florist, so I treat them as I would as a consumer, and file my report that these are good flowers, or they didn't last very long, or wow,
Hmm.
they're beautiful. So I think, well, look, we're in the right business. If we had to be in the business, this is a good one to be in because,
I
first of all,
agree.
it's a very big small business, as we know,
It
because
is.
we see the same people at many shows,
Yeah.
as we will this year again. I hope. I guess I'll see.
Yep.
I just sent off an email to AFID. Hopefully they'll invite me because it's in Orlando this year, so it's easy for me to attend. And I have not
Yes.
attended one of those, and I really would like to appeal.
Oh, you've never been?
Never been to an AFID show. I've sort of expanded my group here to a bit more retailers,
Hmm.
and I do that because a lot of people who have watched me over the many years that are retailers say to me, "Oh, we love it when you tell us something because we believe it. For one,
Yeah.
you don't have an agenda, and here we're out here and wherever the Netherlands in the middle of the Midwest, and we don't know what's
Yeah.
going on in Miami, but you tell us, and
Right. You're the source.
they really appreciate that because I sort of bring a larger picture to them,
You
and
connect all the dots.
yeah, trying to connect the dots,
Hmm.
and in this case, you're one of these dots that I'm trying to connect because there's, the mainly because this technology has gone nuts.
Yeah.
As I try to figure out how to get my pictures out of my phone from my vacation onto my computer so I can combine them
Uh,
with my pictures that I took with my real camera, and I'm not having much
yeah.
luck. But anyway, yeah, so it's a struggle with everything, and it's good that there's young folks like yourself that are bringing these, techniques and improvements and upgrades to people that need them, and we want to keep retail florists in business. So
Agreed.
agreed. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to throw up on the website the flowerclick.com, I guess.
Yep.
I'll throw the website, the URL up there. So if people want to participate or want to know what you're more about, they can go to flowerclick.com, I guess.
That's correct.
And
That's right.
that would be the best way to send them, right? Go there.
You can also email me, Ellie, Ellie, at flowerclick.com, or hello@flowerclick. But we also have a button on our website to book a little demo with us, and we can just show you everything in a quick 20-minute session.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this has been a 20-minute session, and I learned a lot because now I know a little bit more about what's going on there, and
Awesome.
I'm happy, and that I will be able to see you again at the different places.
I'll see you at AIFD, SAF, hopefully next gen next year.
Yeah, Next Gen was fun. That was
Yeah.
quite an eye opener for me, and I'm glad that I got to.
Good attendance too.
Yeah, it was very good. They let me in because I'm an old guy, and they said, okay, as long as you're going to take pictures, we'll let you in. So,
Well,
but
back to your point, yeah, you're the dot connector. I think it's important that you're there.
yeah,
So,
and hopefully
yeah.
AFID will let me in too. So I'll get there and we'll see
Yeah.
you there. Uh,
Okay.
Ellie, thank you for your time this morning, and Now, your voice sounds okay, so you must be awake by now. I woke you up.
I'm awake. I'm awake. Thank you so much for having me.
My
This was fun.
pleasure, and I'll publish this next week.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye now.